Union.
That's the feedback we're getting. They're going to the food pantry. You know, we're still helping with bill assistance and things like that and donations.
But steelworker rep Brian Gross wishes he could do more.
But it is frustrating, right? I mean, we are 4 months in, and we haven't reached an agreement on any items because of the reasons why I was explaining. The company won't talk about any individual items. It's just a flat rejection of our proposals.
Union leaders spoke with us this afternoon.
We're in it for the fight. We're, we got people coming through our food pantry. We still got plenty of donations coming in. A lot of support from the public, a lot of support from our other USW locals and other unions.
Continues to be a time for protest.
Labor Day has been celebrated federal holiday for 127 years, right? But this is a prime example of the fight continues.
Workers.
Biggest thing about seniority is it takes all aspects, any other aspects out of it. You don't have to do an interview with a supervisor that doesn't like you. He doesn't race. Any of those things does not come into play.
Like Mosley, Gross says there have been some safety incidents that created renewed concerns.
The flaring, they had a fire last week. I think it was a small tank fire.
For me, please.
Brian Gross, Bryan Gross.
And your title.
United Steelworkers International Staff Rep.
Perfect. Okay, tell me about the offer ExxonMobil. Like, walk me through so our viewers can understand the offer they made since the lockout. What is it? Explain it to me. First, explain to me what the offer is and kind of break it down.
So the union negotiating committee and the company negotiating committee met on Monday morning. The company presented us with a new offer. So the offer is basically what the company's willing to give us to vote on at this point in time.
Brian, could you tell us, just reemphasize that for us, what happened, the turnout, the vote turnout, and what did the union membership decide concerning the proposal by ExxonMobil?
So we had 400 members vote, and the offer was overwhelmingly rejected.
And at this hour, you're not releasing exact numbers?
We're not going to release the numbers. It was overwhelmingly vote. So it's a good solid decision and good solid message by the membership.
What happens now?
So we're gonna notify the company. We're gonna urge them to get back to the table and let's get back in the lockout and let's get back to the table and get a good deal.
What do you think about moving forward after the company has already said if there wasn't a ratified contract, but like November 1st, they're going to start removing benefits?
So our goal is to get back to the table before November 1st and let's get a deal done.
And union leadership, I know y'all were suggesting or telling them or saying that this was not a good deal and to vote no and reject it. They followed suit. So what was it about this proposal that was unacceptable? And what's the message you want to send to ExxonMobil by this vote against their proposal?
So the offer attacked our core values, right? I mean, we've said that from the get-go, the seniority, job security, and safety. That's real. That's true attacks on our core values, and we're not going to accept it.
And in the meantime, for workers who are just, obviously going to be without work, what's the kind of the game plan for them? Pantry still be open?
Yeah, so we'll continue on with our strike fund benefits to help bill assistance and pantry. The pantry will be open still Tuesdays and Thursdays, and we'll continue through the way we've been operating for the last almost 6 months.
Brian, it's been nearly 6 months, and there are a lot of workers who've been out without their jobs, but it doesn't seem to. Do you think the community is getting the impact they're feeling and the impact that this does to our community to have so many folks out of work? Because obviously these workers are getting a lot of support from union members and other unions, but do you think the community gets what is going on here?
I think the small businesses feel it. You know, we talked to some of the local businesses close to the refinery, different restaurants and things, and they clearly have seen a hit, you know, on their business. You know, our numbers are every dollar made in the refinery turns over 7 to 8 times in the community. So, you know, we're somewhere around $200 million in lost revenue at this point in the community.
And you said you're not gonna release the numbers as far as like how many voted yes or no, right?
Correct.
But a large amount of people voted, you know, is what you're going with?
Correct.
What's your message to your members today, and what do you want them to know after they made this decision?
We appreciate the solidarity. We're glad that they stood with the committee and the decision to vote no. And if they'll stick with us, we'll get a deal.
Brian, I believe the union has said in the past that a lot of the proposals in this contract would drive a wedge between membership, especially between BNP and the refinery. What do you say this vote, what do you think it says about the solidarity so far?
I think it shows that we're still together. You know, the refinery group is obviously sticking up for the BNP and vice versa. You know, we're one group, and that's been the message. You know, one of the proposals was splitting the seniority list, and that was part of the issue. Is this is one group, even though it's 2 plants, it's still one group.
What's the reaction you received so far from union members, just after the vote came in?
Good. You know, everybody, you know, is on board. I mean, they showed that by the vote, so we're happy about that.
Thank you, Brian. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.